Yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Brush in the air and the beat on time. Oh, oh, oh. Color jumps in and the world feels right. Oh, oh, oh. Step into the frame, yeah, we're moving again. Oh, oh, oh. Sparking up the magic we forgot within. Every moment's a brand new start. A little rhythm and a little art. Shake off the doubt, no looking back. We're rising up, we're on the right track. We're getting back on track with Betty Mac, where the canvas glows and the music snaps. Turn it up, let the good vibes stack. Yeah, we're back on track with Betty Mac. Oh, 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 Betty Mac. Oh, 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 Betty Mac. Oh, 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 Betty Mac. Yeah, we're back on track.
Hi, and welcome to Back on Track with Betty Mac. I'm so happy to be back on Kent City's channel and talking to you. This show is going to be really exclusively about the arts, since EN-RICH-MENT is all about the arts. We have a new facility at 901 Market, the EN-RICH-MENT Arts Education Center. And we're just so excited about that and the beautiful things we do. So we're going to be talking with Miss Aurora, who's our program director. Hi, Aurora.
Hello, hello.
And Miss Jeanette, who's our director of development. And actually, hi, Jeanette.
Hello.
They wear a lot of hats at EN-RICH-MENT. Everybody, do you just step up to the plate when something is needed? And these two staff really do that. And I'm very, very grateful for them. So now you, my viewing audience, we want to make this show informative, but we want it to be fun and relaxed. So go get a hot cup of coffee or some tea or something and just sit back and listen for statistics and things you don't know about. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at the number 330-70. Oh, that's my cell phone. I'm not going to give you my cell phone. 330-546-7724. Got you. Then you got me. Or you can go to our website, and that'll all be on the screen. So you can just do that and reach out to us if you have any questions or any suggestions or things about programs. If you have youth between 5 and 18, we want to do that. Now, Aurora is in charge of all of our programs. So I want Aurora to right now talk about some programs. Then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the gala that we just finished this last week. Well, it was in December. And we're going to talk about gala and some of the award recipients. So now I'm going to have Aurora to talk about all the wonderful things that we do in programming at EN-RICH-MENT. Aurora.
So just like you said, EN-RICH-MENT is all about the arts. We are dedicated to providing fine and performing arts classes for youth ages 5 to 18, like you mentioned. We do everything from garden to dance to cooking. We do music. We have a drum line. We do drumline, dance line, and color guard. They perform all over Stark County and beyond. We also have theatrical and media arts and do just about everything that
if the kids say we need it, we try to make it happen.
Absolutely.
At EN-RICH-MENT. And we also work with special needs youth. We have a sensory room in our new facility. So moms and dads, don't be afraid to bring your children. If they have some special needs, we have trained staff. Talk about the training that our staff take.
So almost all of our staff now are trauma-informed certified. They work with students who exhibit ACEs. So those
Tell them what ACEs
are
is.
adverse childhood experiences, and they impact children at a young age, and those things can continue throughout your adulthood as well. So
right.
It's important that we know how to deal with trauma, and not only trauma, but students with disabilities, students with gifts, special needs. We are always working to find new and better ways to communicate with our students, whether that's with words or without words. And we have a lot of classes that are dedicated to nonverbal expression. So like she said, if you have a child and they have special needs, you can always reach out and just ask us, what is it that we can provide to help you out and help them out?
Right. That's important. And our staff are very, very dedicated. And I think, parents, you need to know that we care about your children. EN-RICH-MENT is a safe haven. It's a place where the children just love to come and hang out sometimes. They're supervised. we have after school classes. Aurora, talk about the after school classes and then what we do on Saturdays.
So we do year-round programming. We have after-school classes Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So they come right off the bus to enrichment. We feed them a full meal. We do homework and study. We do tutoring as needed, and then they take an arts class of their choice, and that's every week after school throughout the school year. We also have all-day Saturday classes. So those are from 10 to 3. Some of our performance classes for drumline, dance line, and color guard, they run a little past 4 o'clock. So they have classes all day on Saturdays. We also have a summer camp, so 6 weeks in the summer, we have a large summer camp, and that's arts all day. And they get meals throughout our summer camp as well, and snacks to take home.
We make sure that our children are well taken care of. As Aurora just talked about, we have a behavioral specialist that's on staff. If the children have problems that staff are not able to deal with, then we have someone that's really professionally trained to handle those children that need more than what our staff can offer them. So we want you to know that your child is in good hands at Enrichment, always in good hands, and we love the children. That's why we're there. That's why our motto is we're much more than music. We don't just teach a class and say, okay, you got a problem, we can't handle it, mom, pick them up, whatever. We're there to provide whatever services that you need. Even if you're in need of housing or food or clothing or whatever, we have a great network of resources in this community. We have great organizations that we partner with because we can't do it all, and it still takes that village that we always talk about. And we reach out. If we can't do it, we'll admit we can't do it, but we know somebody that can help you. So that's important. I think Pathways is doing something with this for right now. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, so we had Pathways Caring for Children come in and do a strengthening family session, and every week they came in and worked with our families who wanted a little extra help with behaviors in students or bringing their family a little more together, and that came with incentives, gas cards, gift cards to Walmart, things like that. So we're not just about children, we're all around, so we do wraparound services for our families.
Right, and that's important. Of course, Canton City Schools is a big partner of ours, and we do a lot of things with Canton City Schools. I'm very, very grateful for this show. I thank Trent and Rob and everyone that's involved in making this happen, all the students and everything that make this happen for us. I think it's wonderful. They have a great program here. My goodness, the studio, it's much different than when I was first here. You've grown a lot. You've grown tremendously, and you are to be commended, and I thank you. And Jeanette, I haven't forgotten about you. Jeanette is a very intricate part of Enrichment. She's our Director of Development. And Jeanette, just talk a little bit about what you do at Enrichment.
So I have the privilege and opportunity to look for opportunities for funding for enrichment. I mean, it's a diverse stream. I couldn't possibly begin to name them all, but we have just a strong network of support within Stark County, various foundations, various corporations, and there's a process which we go by to apply for grants. It's very structured, and we also have some funders that will call us up if we miss an opportunity, because enrichment has such a strong reputation in our community and in Stark County. So that's a big part of what I do, is I just make sure that where there's a good fit with our programs. Do we have around 80 classes a year, Aurora, that we offer?
This year we had 82 unique classes to offer.
That's a lot.
Yeah, 82 classes. So, you can imagine we have to make sure we have all of our teaching artists covered. I think we've determined that the average student gets around $2,400 at a minimum.
And that is minimum, because see, that doesn't even take into account if you belong to the drum line, the color guard, or dance line. We pay for all their uniforms.
Yeah.
The trips that they take, and we buy them food and things when they go on their trips. So that's a really small number. It's much more than that.
Yeah. So times 500 students, it does take a lot of focus and time and energy and monitoring for grants. We also look at new programs, like we're currently working through certification. A local individual, Storm Ross, is helping us navigate the application process for the Department of Developmental Disabilities. We're going to start with a small group of folks next year, but we're real excited about the opportunity to introduce arts. This is not a program that exists in Stark County where these individuals can come and arts are very therapeutic and just really, have lunch, have a nice meal. So we're excited about starting that new program. So those are some of the things.
Yeah, some of the things. So that will, and I'm really excited about that program as well because we'll be reaching the adults. We'll be called a day hab. I believe that's what
Day services, day hab,
for those, the adults who would like maybe to learn a little bit about the arts, music class, maybe a cooking class, or something of that. So we're spreading our wings and doing something different, but it's all about helping the people. We're here to help and to serve. I think that's important. And we want you to take care of yourself and take care of your health. So I want to always come. Sometimes on my show, I want to give you some health tips and things that you should be doing or bring someone on to keep you artists, active and viable in the community. So I think that's important. And while I'm doing that, let me say, you can go to our website. If you would like to be a guest on this show, Back on Track with Betty Mack, Art Exclusive, if you'd like to be a guest, you can go to our website. And there you'll find a link. And Aurora, is there a certain link that's on there, or does it say On Track with Betty Mack? Or?
Yep, it says On Track with Betty Mack. It's right on our front page.
Okay, you can't miss it. And you just click that button, and you say, I want to be on this show. I have something to say. I want to talk about my program. I want to talk about, you could be a teaching artist, and you have some artwork or something that you're working on, and you might need some help. But we want to highlight you on this show, Arts Exclusive. I think that's very important that you know this and you get involved in this, in what we do. We also have something that we call 1,000 Squares. That's also on our website. And you pay so much for a square, and then your name will be posted on the inside of this wonderful building at Enrichment. Your name will be up there saying that you support Enrichment. We're closing this out pretty soon, so you need to get on there right away. 1,000 Squares campaign. This is a free program. Students pay nothing. That's important to know. If you Google different art classes, you'll find that you'll pay anywhere from a low of $250 a week to a high of $500 a week to take a music class, to do a workshop. Enrichment is free, and free with the best teachers that you could ever imagine. So, we're not just an okey doke thing, we're the real deal here in Canton, okay? So remember that. Now, we're going to kind of go to something and maybe come back because we just finished our gala, our 7th annual gala. And Trent, shout out to you. You were there taping and doing things. In fact, last year, Trent received one of our awards in media production. Very well deserved. Trent's been in the trenches a long time. And so we're grateful to you. So we're going to kind of do some slides here, and I might ask you all to comment about something. You never know what I'm going to say on this show. It's not scripted. It's just me and raw. Okay, so there it is. Enrichment, enjoying the richness of music, education, nurturing, and training. And the first awards that we gave out this year, they were youth who, there's some great slides. Wow, that's Taya. Let's hold, can we hold that one a minute? That's Silas. Silas started with Enrichment at the age of 3. He was such a good drummer. At 4 years of age, he marched in the community parade with us. Now he can play any kind of drum. He plays the drum set, and he's 12 years old, and he's even helping the younger ones now play drums. Kids stick around in Enrichment because we have a lot of fun, and they learn a lot. Very good. Now we can move on. Oh, that's a cutie. That's one of our dance classes. Aurora, you can talk about these slides when they come up.
Go ahead. Well, there's Encore, our drumline, dance line, and color guard.
We're called Encore. Now, when we've got them all 3 together, when you hear the word Encore, that means all 3 units. Okay. Oh.
Our creative cooking class, Miss Mecca.
We're going to talk about Mecca later.
Yes. Guitar, so lots of music classes.
Steve Miller in the back. That's the teacher. Yep. Talk about our impact.
So our 2025 impacts, we hinted a little bit at that with Miss Jeanette. We have over 500 participating students in a year, and within that year we've been able to serve around 6,500 meals. That's after school, on Saturdays, that's during our summer camp. And then we've got about 150 plus returning students for multiple semesters. So they stay on from summer to fall, from fall to spring.
That's good. We like to hold on to the students and expose them to different things. And the Encore group is the one that really stays with us a long time.
And there's our 82 unique classes this year.
See all the headings? Talk about those headings, what those are.
Those are our departments. So we have theatrical and media arts, health and wellness, Encore, as we mentioned. We have music, dance, and visual arts. And under those departments, we have tons of classes that are offered to students ages 5 through 18. We break those down into 5 to 8-year-old classes and 9 to 18-year-old classes.
And you can go to the website and you can click on those buttons and they'll show you exactly the different classes that are offered. And you register also, Aurora?
Yep.
Register for some of these classes.
Spring registration is open now.
It's open now, so you want to go on there and click that button before we run out of space. All right. Now we're into the gala. These are all of our winners there, and we're going to kind of go through them one by one really quickly, starting with, there is Miss Mecca. Aurora just talked about Mecca. She started our creative cooking class about 6 or 7 years ago. Mecca's been with me 9 years. She is graduating, and maybe by the time you've seen this, she might have graduated already. Her education is, her graduation is in...
It's tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay.
Yep.
Well, this is already passed. So she's already graduated, you all. But she, Mecca, she is one of our honorees. And we honor these students because we encourage them to go to college and to graduate. And we assist them along the way. Mecca has been with us throughout this. And so she was also given a $750 scholarship from Enrichment. Also graduating, that's a special guy. That's another story. I'll have to bring Harley on one day with Aurora because, they met at Enrichment, they fell in love, and they got married this year. So Harley's graduating from Akron U, and he has two
majors.
And what are his majors?
He's doing music performance and music education.
Music performance and music education. We're very proud of Harley. Harley's been with me since he was 14. Okay, Eden Twitty. Eden's been with us for a while, and she got the most improved Encore drumline. That was Encore drumline. Okay, Kyrie Bush got the most improved Encore dance line. And the next one, and that's Keela. Keela really moved up. She really did some great things, didn't she? You want to talk about Keela a little bit?
Keela picked up flag pretty fast. She came on and she wasn't really sure where she wanted to fit into Encore, but with flag, she's really found passion and she's grown tremendously.
And you can see that because I remember when Keela first started coming to Enrichment, she did not want to be involved in drum corps, in the Encore drums, nothing. Very shy, but you should see her now. You see that smile? Oh wow, she's out front doing her thing. That's great. Then we gave out some. We always like to acknowledge the people that volunteer for us. Aurora, you can kind of talk about these volunteers because Aurora works directly with these volunteers to tell what they do.
Yep, so we have volunteers that come and they work assisting our classes. They come and tutor in our after-school program, and in the summer they can do clerical work in the office. There's volunteer opportunities in our garden, doing maintenance. So there's a lot of different ways to volunteer at Enrichment. And these two special volunteers have been with us a little over a year now, and they've been tutors, like I said, or taught in classes, and it's something that keeps us going. Our volunteers is what makes Enrichment run.
And if you want to volunteer, there is a volunteer form on our website, so please go out. We always need volunteers. So that's John Stafford, and the next one that volunteers for us is Steve Stapleton. He comes all the way from Akron, right? Every week, and he teaches those kids trombone. He's very, very dedicated, and I just had an opportunity to meet his lovely wife, and she was so impressed, and she doesn't mind sharing her husband with us because it's a good cause, and we're grateful for that. Then we have a volunteer parent of the ward, and a lot of people know Miss Gina because she works at the chamber. And Gina has a daughter that's with us now, Taya Harris, who also came in very shy, not knowing if she could do it, and now she's the life of the party, and she plays with drumline, but she's switching over to color guard. So she's learning the moves. So Gina was our parent of the year. Now, we also give out special recognition to those people who have supported us financially. And Chip and Lisa Painter are just two wonderful people. In fact, Lisa was an educator here, right? At Canton City Schools, and I had her on my very first inaugural show. Lisa was on talking about some of the wonderful things she does in the community, but she's a go-getter, and she's now working with us on our 1,000 Squares campaign so that we can meet our $100,000 goal. Lisa and her husband Chip, we honored them, and they're very, very deserving. We also honored Robert. It's called Henry Tie Knitting. I never met Henry, and he knew about enrichment, and he got married about 5 years ago and said, in lieu of gifts, give your money to enrichment. So we received about $5,000, and then he supported us throughout. So he got special recognition, and he flew in from Boston, right? He and his wife flew in from Boston. Now, Robert and Diana Knitting are his parents. Now, they were serious educators right here at Canton City Schools. And I wish I had their resume. I would have read it. And maybe I'll do that and have her on the show, because they work with Canton City Schools and did so many phenomenal things. And they support us financially. They bought $10,000 in squares. I mean, they say, we love what you do. We saw an article in the paper, and her son called and said, we want to support 1,000 squares. And so they did that, and we appreciate them. And like I said, I'm going to have them on our show because they're wonderful people. And then we also recognize the foundation that has given us a lot of money. Jeanette wrote this grant to the Christ Foundation, and we didn't know them. They didn't know us, so they came to Enrichment, took a tour of our building, which I encourage you to come and do because it'll change your life. But Louis Yoder wasn't able to be there, so he sent a Mr. Weber to come and get the Sponsor of the Year. They gave us $50,000,
Yes.
Jeanette?
Yes.
They gave us
where we need it.
Yeah. And we use it, and I like it when people say, use it where you need it, because we know our programs and we know what we're in need of. So that's good. And then we had an award. Now, this lady is near and dear to me. I'm sure Canton City people know her. Beverly Jordan, who, she's retired. She had Stark Social Workers Network. She founded that. And she received the Cindy Laser Community Advocate Award. Cindy loved Bev. Cindy has passed on. May she rest in peace. Cindy was a wonderful, wonderful supporter of particularly small agencies in Stark County, and she always took care of the small ones. So Bev was one of the people that she really worked hard with. She made sure Bev got a building, and we gave her the Cindy Laser Community Advocate Award. And one day I'm going to have Bev to come on and talk about the wonderful things that she did in the community. And her organization is still going on. I believe they changed the name, but they're still doing some great things. So Bev was really awesome to have. And then we go on to, now he's going to be on my show later, so you're going to learn more about Jonathan Becker, the Outstanding Visual Artist Award. So we'll talk more about with him on another show. Then our Performing Arts Theater Award, Edie Bowman. Edie has produced so many plays in Chicago. Wow, I'm going back home, y'all. I'm in Canton now. I've been here, 27 years. I still think about Chicago because that's I lived for 40 years. But anyway, Edie does wonderful things. I'm going to have a lot of these guests because they're all art related. I'm going to have them on the show to talk about what they do and the great things that they bring to this community. So she got the Performing Arts Award for theater. And then there's Michael Costco. Some of you have seen him if you've seen the Canton Symphony Orchestra, right? He plays that cello. He's been playing it probably 30 years, but he retired. He retired. He got the Ayani Joy Buckman Music Education Award. On one of the shows I'm going to talk about Ayani Joy, she died at a very young age in a car accident, 19 years old. And I just want her to live on through these awards because she helped me a lot with strings at Enrichment. So that's Michael Costco. And then there's our Azzy. And you know what? He's from the Summit, right? Arts Academy. And I said, this young man is really on the rise. So we gave him the Macy Gray Rising Star Award. He also sang. I have to have Azzy on the show, too, and he can sing for you. He's quite a character, I told him he almost missed his cue at the show because I kept saying, Azzy, and he didn't come forward, right? So then it's like, oh, that's me. So he comes walking down the aisle, but he's very, very good. Now, this next one, we're going to have a special video that we're going to show you from a gentleman, a grandfather of the Alex Simon Percussion Award, Kyrie Lisbon. So Trent, if we could have that video, I want to show that video and show you all just how special enrichment is and working with students like Kyrie Lisbon, who won the Alex Simon Percussion Award.
Well, Kyrie, he's a special needs kid, and before he got involved with enrichment, he was pretty much an introvert, just sat around and played on his tablet or occasionally went outside in the backyard and jumped on his trampoline, but not a whole lot of social involvement. It's really helped him become more socialized, and to actually tell you, him and I used to go to the We Believe in Kansas, and he saw the drum line there. And I asked him, did he want to be a part of the drum line? And he said no, but he would play the drum set. So I brought him down here and introduced him to the program, and it took off with him. He has changed 100%. He looks forward to coming to his drum sets, his after-school modern band. This is just taking off with him. If you would see his interest in music from today to before he started taking lessons, you would see a miracle. You would see a miracle. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, his instructor Adam, they hit it off right away. So not only does he have a drum teacher and a mentor, but he also actually has a friend with Adam. Adam has been a godsend because he helps Kyrie no matter what. Yeah, he's 100% with Kyrie, and that's my biggest thing with dealing with this program. It's not like he's being shuffled. He's getting some specific, mentorship, I would say. Yeah, he's getting perfect mentorship with Adam. Yeah. And what I would tell a person that has any special needs child, I would say if you're not enrolled in this program by now, you are really, really, really doing a disservice to your child. And I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't say that if I wouldn't see what has happened and what has transformed with Kyrie, probably coming right up on a year. Wow. And that's the reason it's so emotional, because we've worked with him for years and years and years trying to get him to do things outside the house. Yep. Now he doesn't, if he knows it's the day that he needs to be here, he's coming, grabbing his drumsticks, earmuffs, and on his way. Well, the Harvest of Harmony night, right? I said, you got to perform today. And we come out, we get in the van, right? And he's laying back in the back, and I said to him, Kyrie, were you sleepy? He goes, no, Grandpa, I am psyching myself up for my performance. Aww. When that curtain opened, and I looked at his face, because we had already went through, it's going to be a moment for you, right? He kind of melted down a little bit for about 30 seconds, and then he kicked into gear. And I'll tell you what, watching him was probably that was my most proudest moment of him, because he came through and done a good job. Now I'm going to tell you, I got family in Illinois, Alabama, Indiana, and they all seen the videos. And they said that he looked like he was in his most safest place that he possibly could be in. All of my family has said, we wish we had something just comparable to what your programs, this enrichment program. Yeah. Because they've seen a growth in Kyrie also, so they know what's going, they see how it's working for him. Yeah. And I got other autistic children in my family, so it would help to, if something like that.
I'm sure that you enjoyed that video. It was very moving, it was very heart-wrenching, really, wouldn't you say? Mm-hmm. And the grandfather was just moved as he talked to the story, as you could see in the video. And, I mean, there was hardly a dry eye in the audience when he spoke.
A standing ovation almost.
That's right. Yeah, people stood up and cheered for him. And Kyrie has come a long way, wouldn't you say? He's come a long way.
He just sparkled up there.
Yeah, he did. I mean, this is what we do at Enrichment and why we have the Fine Arts and Community Arts Gala, we honor people who probably haven't been recognized, or some of them have been doing art or been involved in the arts 25, 30 years. And we're the only one that has a gala or an awards for the arts. That's why Back on Track with Betty Mack is really talking exclusively about the arts, because we have so many wonderful people that are doing things in the arts. Now, this next award, and I had him on my show, Antoine V. Duncan. He, works right here at McKinley. I think he's been here about 8 years. I had him on my very first show. And if you didn't see that, you need to go back to the first show, the inaugural show, and watch it. And see him. He got the Stacy Morgan Outstanding Dance Award. And I'll talk a little bit more about Stacy on another show and have her on, because she's been with me 9 years. Stylist is her son, and he was 3 years old. And her other children all were a part of EN-RICH-MENT, as well as her husband used to work at. One summer, I think we had all of them working, didn't we? We had the whole Morgan family. So congratulations to Antoine. And then we have an award that's named after a gentleman that used to play guitar with a group called the Singing Wonders. And his name was Tony Malini. And his family said, I want his legacy to live on. So every year we're going to give you a guitar to give to whoever wins this Outstanding Guitar Award. And so this year it's Kalani Levels, and it was presented to him by his teacher, Steve Miller, who is employed as a contracted to work at EN-RICH-MENT to teach guitar. Kalani is very talented. He plays other instruments
Yes,
too.
he does,
right?
a lot.
Yeah, I think he plays violin.
He plays violin, he plays guitar, he's touching brass, he's been on saxophone before.
Oh, wow.
But
He's doing a lot.
Kalani is very dedicated to his music education. As this summer he said, Miss Aurora, is it okay if I don't have a lunch period? I'd like to take another class during that time. And his dedication is unwavering.
And he also is a cross-country runner.
Yep.
So,
He swims, he's in Boy Scouts.
He's in a little bit of, and you know what I like? His mother and his dad make sure he gets to EN-RICH-MENT for those classes. They go out of their way to make sure that he gets there. So that's important to, the young people need to have someone dedicated in their lives. There's Mark Bigsby. He got the Media Production Award this year. Mark's been around 25, 30 years doing things in media production and working with different organizations. And he taught for a while at EN-RICH-MENT. So he wasn't able to be there. Mark I think he had the flu or something. As Lisa Painter wasn't there either, but her husband accepted. But Mark's wife, Catrice, actually accepted the award on his behalf. And then our award, the OJ's Music Award, and the music was kicking. We had, what was the name of the song that the OJ sang? Come on, you all, help me
Love
with that
Train.
song. People all over the world. Love Train. Oh yeah, we had Love Train going at EN-RICH-MENT. And so Rob Johnson and company won that. I think last year his daughter, Desiree, won the Maisie Great Rising Star Award. So you see, music's all in the family. And his nephew, LaShawn, grew up in our program. LaShawn is maybe is he 15 now?
14 or 15.
Oh, he's 14 or 15, and he's been with me about 6 or 7 years, and he plays in our drum line. So that was Rob Johnson and company. If you haven't heard Rob, if you see his name, you want to go out. There's Tom Picari. We love Tom. Canton City Schools, right? Used to teach at the Summit. He used to teach, at the, before it was Summit, it was, it was Summit. It was Summit Elementary School. I think that's where I first met Tom. And he's just been involved in teaching, and he loves the arts. He always makes sure he does things at EN-RICH-MENT. He brings some of the teaching artists. He brings instructors down there to have meetings at EN-RICH-MENT. Tom Picari, he got the Spotlight Award, and then it's given to a person who's been a pillar and an advocate of the arts for 10 or more years. And Tom has done that, and we salute you, Tom. We salute all these people. Aren't those some great people? Weren't they wonderful?
Absolutely.
You got to interact with them. Wasn't it wonderful?
It was just wonderful. The atmosphere with the vibe was just, really nice.
It was good. If you haven't attended one of our galas, make sure you do. Our next one next year, instead of having it on Saturday, we're going to have it on Thursday. It'll be December the 10th, 2026. Lock that into your calendar. You don't want to miss our gala, and we'll have a lot of great people that we'll be honoring. This year we're going to start a little earlier, so you'll know by no later than May, you'll know who the honorees are going to be for and get their awards in December. So support the gala, because again, the money that we make goes into scholarships for our youth. We encourage them to go to college, and we try to help them with some financial assistance to get there and make college. I want to thank you ladies for joining me. These are just two of our very important members at Stark County, Miss Aurora Ross, Miss Janet Nelson. They're the glue. They help keep me in line. That's kind of hard to do, but they do their best. And so we have a great time at EN-RICH-MENT. We have a really good staff. I'll have more of my staff on here. I want you to take care of yourself. Always, drink a lot of water. Very important. You're supposed to drink, say for instance, if you weigh 150 pounds, you're supposed to have 75 ounces. Yeah, that's a lot. But our bodies are 70% water. So hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. There's a lot of sickness going around. COVID is still out there. The flu is going on. I don't know the difference sometimes between the flu and COVID. It seems like it's the same thing. But anyway, you want to take care of yourself. Exercise is very important. It's hard to get out in the winter. So do some things, even if it's sitting in a chair and doing some knee lifts or something like that. Keep your body active. Senior citizens, I'm telling you, I'm 85, so I can say whatever I want about exercise. You have to stay active. Don't sit home in that chair and do nothing. Move those legs, move those arms, do something with your body. It's so important that you do that. And seniors, I'm going to stay on you. I know a lot of you seniors watched my show in the past. And when I told you I'm coming back, you're glad, because you said, I'll turn it on and I'll watch you. So thank you so much for tuning in to Back on Track with Betty Mack. See you next time.
Hey! Hey! Who are we? We are EN-RICH-MENT. Hey, what we do? Music, art, life. What's our power? We are free. What's our name? EN-RICH-MENT. Check the rhythm, check the beat. Ready for the heat. Stark County, stand up tall, gonna give our all. It's the sound, it's the place, gotta pick up the pace. Find your purpose, find your note. That's all she wrote. It's the sound, it's the place, gotta pick up the pace. Find your purpose, find your note. That's all she wrote. Hey, who are we? We are EN-RICH-MENT. Hey, who are we? We are EN-RICH-MENT. Hey, what we do? We are EN-RICH-MENT. What's our power? We are free. What's our name? EN-RICH-MENT.
I'm back again. Back on Track with Betty Mack. This time I have a really special guest and a friend, a person I can call a friend, Jonathan Becker. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, how you doing?
You doing good?
I am. I am
Okay.
doing great.
I'm gonna tell on you. Jonathan forgot to come. He was late. They had to call. You know why? He partied. But I missed the party. I was going to come to the party, and then I missed the party. So I'll excuse you.
All right.
I'll excuse you this
I
time.
was actually
Yeah.
cleaning my house.
Oh,
so.
you were cleaning your house. Okay.
Yeah.
Jonathan makes all these great masks and things. Talk about yourself. Tell these people how great you are.
Okay. I've been an artist in the theater for my entire life, since I was 9 or 8 or
You're
so.
30 now?
No, I'm a little older than that.
Okay.
And I just started as a dancer and wound up as a physical comedian, actor, toured the world, and all that time working as a teaching artist, where I learned to understand principles of performance, was at a conservatory in France where we worked with masks to learn with. And when I left the conservatory and went to Switzerland, we started teaching right away. And
Hold on. You've been to France?
yeah, I
And
lived in.
how did you get there?
When I was a kid, I met a performer at a summer conference. The conference was an organization called the Dance, Clown, Mime, Puppet Ministry.
Wow.
And it was workshops where you would learn how to take puppetry and clowning and mime into hospitals and help folks. And I met a performer who was extraordinary, and he had done this conservatory in France. And at that moment, as a kid, I decided that's where I wanted to go because he was such an amazing person. And so when I finished college, undergrad, I went immediately to France. To study at the International School of Theatre, Jacques Lecoq. It's the same school that produced Cirque du Soleil, Julie Taymor, who did Lion King on Broadway, performers who were inventing new ways and new performance languages. And as I mentioned, when I left conservatory and we went to Switzerland, I needed masks to teach with, and I couldn't afford to buy them. Masks for performance are a pretty sophisticated piece of sculpture. They're referred to as rhythmic form or living forms. That's the Ice Festival. Amongst the many other things that I do with my life as a freelance artist is I organize the Downtown First Fridays. I'm the creative director for the Downtown Canton Partnership.
Yes.
And coming up in January, we've got the annual Ice Festival.
Look at that.
And we've got a whole bunch of sculptures coming in from Elegant Ice. These are some of the ones from last year, I believe.
What's Elegant Ice?
Elegant Ice is a company that produces ice sculptures for festivals or dinners, events, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
They're up in Willoughby, I believe. And we've got some local sculptors this year, some artists in our community who will also be live sculpting during the event.
Like this, yeah. Like last year.
This is the speed sculpting competitions that'll be held on the plaza during the Ice Festival. And then
Doesn't matter how cold, right? You're going to be there.
The colder the better, because you know it's ice.
Oh, look at that. Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun time. And then we'll be showing the movie Frozen on the plaza.
Oh, that's
also.
a very good movie to be showing, right?
Yeah. So
there's some people that were there and enjoying
there'll be
the
coffee
First Friday.
and donuts and stuff.
And you know what? I'm going to take you back in time a little bit.
Sure.
I remember there was a meeting when I think I first met you. They had a meeting talking about First Friday and what they wanted to do with it and how they wanted to change it and everything.
Yeah.
And I think I went up and introduced myself to you. And the next thing I know, we're going to get, there's Jonathan. We're going to talk about him in a minute about that. There's Jonathan on the screen. All right, but when I met you, and the next thing I know, I talked to you and you said, I'm going to be in charge of First Friday, and I just got here. Do you remember that? And you was like, can I do this? And I'm like, well, it's all history. You did it.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, but that's how you hadn't been here long, right?
Just slightly over 5 years this past October. I came to Canton in October of 2020.
Right, and you started doing First Friday when?
2 years later.
2 years later, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, you're going to do this. And it's like, me? It was really funny. But you've done such a magnificent job of bringing First Friday really back and thriving.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's, for me, an event like that, it's about building community.
Yes.
It's about bringing people together to have a common experience, which we don't do as much anymore as a society and culturally and so forth. And bringing so many diverse populations together for a single event is, I think it's incredibly important.
It is.
And, you know, it also creates joy in the place that we live.
Yes.
And if people feel joyful, then they feel prosperous.
Yes.
And when they feel prosperous, they become prosperous.
There you go.
And
important.
so these events for me are about that. And that's really the motivating factor for doing First Fridays for me.
So that's good. So it's the first Friday of every month, and that's 12 months a year, correct?
That's right,
It
yeah.
goes 12 months a year. And so this is the January. It was the ice sculptures like you just saw.
Yeah.
on there, and like you said, the colder the better.
Right.
For the ice, the restaurants are open, right?
Restaurants are open, the galleries are open, the boutiques are open. Yeah, everything downtown is alive during that time, and we try to get these events going so that we can get more people downtown Canton, because we've got world-class restaurants.
Yes, we do.
The galleries downtown are intriguing and beautiful, and there's a lot of amazing work there. It's a great place to hang out, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. And I always try to support First Friday, and of course our drumline encore group goes over to the Y, and we play, and we a lot of the parents bring the kids over, and then you have bouncy houses, and they can go inside the Y and they can swim, or they can play basketball, have a DJ. So there's something for everybody at First Friday.
That's correct. Yeah, that's where we're this coming 2026. We're going to begin reshaping and reinventing it again. So we have, for the first time now, the ability to integrate what's going on the Centennial Plaza with the rest of the street festival. So
wonderful.
We've booked all the music so far for 2026, and we've got a lot of great ideas. We're really trying to reinvent things, get people excited about coming downtown again, making it more family-oriented in many ways, so that there's stuff to do with the kids, and also the music happening on the plaza is a huge variety of genres. I think that my favorite band coming in next year is going to be in August for Hall of Fame. They're out of Cleveland. They're called Funkyard X. It's a jazz funk ensemble, jazz funk blues. These guys are. They have a horn section. They're it's a huge band.
Great.
They are spectacular. They're coming off a European tour and going to come play for us.
You heard it first here. Back on Track with Betty Mack with Jonathan Becker. So if you want to know first-hand stuff, you better tune in to my show, because it's going to be right here. First Fridays, they're already planned it for the whole year. Do you have a website?
First Fridays?
Fridays?
Yeah, it's CantonFirstFriday.com.
CantonFirstFriday.com. Then you can find out about all the things Jonathan's talking about. And the First Fridays, and you don't say, I'm going to this one or this one. Come to all of them.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's
they're
about
always
family.
different.
Yeah, they're always different. There's a lot of fun, a lot of food. People have a great time.
This past First Friday, we had carolers.
Yeah,
caroling, and the
That's
Grinch
nice.
was going in and out of the businesses, stealing all the Christmas trees and the gifts. It was ridiculous. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was good. It was off the chain. And like I said, the youth, we have a lot of things for the youth to do. It is about family, and I like the streets are blocked off, and there's food, and more food.
Yes,
right. Anything
always.
you can think about, you got
Always.
food. Right?
Always
good food trucks and good vibes. Well, now, Jonathan, you won the Artist of the Year of the Century, whatever it's award, and there you are. There you are at that EN-RICH-MENT 7th Annual Fine Arts and Community Awards Gala, and you received that award, and you're so deserving of that. That's a great picture of you too.
Isn't
that a good picture?
Yeah.
And so Jonathan won that. I talked about the gala a little earlier in my show, and I said we were going to save this because you were going to be on the show and talking about the gala. And there's a picture with everybody. The award recipients are in there, and in the background there's Mike Scott. I see him back there. But this is again, it's just wonderful, and I'm so happy that you were the one that was selected this year to receive that award, because you're very deserving.
It was a surprise, and it was. It's nice to know that the work means something to the community at large.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. You don't go unrecognized, and that's really what our gala is all about, is making sure people such as yourself don't go unrecognized for the great things that you're doing. Sometimes you don't even know people are watching, really, to see what you're doing. And we're watching and knowing and seeing that you're doing great things. And then First Friday on top of that, doing all that. I don't know how you juggle it all. I bet you don't either sometimes, right?
Sometimes it's hard because it's two different brains. And since I have clowns in my brain, it's sometimes hard to direct my thoughts in the right place.
Well, you were very, very kind too. You had our leadership group that came to your studio and you'd show the masks and things. And I would really like to do a show on the masks and show the mask, and you can talk about how you make it. It's very intricate on what you do with those masks. And it's for different groups and theaters and things, right?
Yeah,
Is that
all over the world. Yeah, there are masks
all over the
now
world he
in
does.
50 countries from the studio. Yeah.
You know, it's awesome. So, you know, did you know we had that kind of talent right here in Canton, Ohio? Stark County? Well, we do. That's what this show is about, and we're going to showcase this kind of talent to let you know what's out there. So again, if you want to showcase your talent and something that you're doing, you're a teaching artist or whatever, then you want to be on track with Betty Mac. But I'm back, so it's back on track with Betty Mac. And you want to go to enrichment.org and link there, and I'll have the list of guests. There's a sheet you can fill out if you want to be on the show. And please do it so that you can be on the show that you want to be on. You can put your month in, and I'll fit in as many as I can. And Robin and Trent have been so gracious to say if I need to do 2 shows, I can do 2 shows. So we just want to showcase all this wonderful talent. And I'm just excited because we have so much great talent, wouldn't you say?
There is a lot of incredible people here.
A lot of incredible people here. And so that's what we're all about. Oh, I see. Trent has that slide up there. Have an ice first Friday.
Yes.
I like that. Isn't that good?
It is.
Yeah.
If you say it fast, it's also a nice first Friday.
I like that. I like that. Oh, that's right. Or you can say, yeah, you see that, then you put that in over there, and it's have a nice first Friday or have an ice. Ah, did you do that?
I did do that.
Ah, Jonathan, see all the creativity here? I think that's wonderful. So we want you to make sure it's January the 2nd. You can go to CantonFirstFriday.com and learn all about that, and you can come to our website, and we're going to link that in. Aurora does my website thing. So Aurora, you link in this First Friday to our website, and people can get it from there. And we're going to link other people's websites in with ours, since this is an art exclusive show.
Sure.
And we just get, we help one another, right? That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about.
There's no competition. We're just here to.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough to go around, so we don't need to compete ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's really
true.
good. So Jonathan, I thank you so much for coming in, even though you're late. Hey, they had to call you up. But it's all right. It's all good. It's all good. You made it. That's the important
It's
thing.
not the first time I've been late.
Okay. Now I'm going to have you on again, and we're going to talk about some other good stuff, because there's a lot of great things happening right here in Canton and Stark County, right? The whole county. My goodness.
Yeah.
So much.
There is so much to do. It's kind of uncanny. If you really wanted to try to check everything out, you'd have a hard time doing it.
You really would. You really would. Take care of your health. Remember, drink your water, do your exercises, move around, get that body shaking and moving, because we want to keep you here a long time. So thank you again for tuning in to Back on Track with Betty Mac. See you next time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Brushing the air and the beat on time. Oh, oh, oh. Color jumps in and the world feels right. Oh, oh, oh. Step into the frame, yeah, we're moving again. Oh, oh, oh. Sparking up the magic we forgot within. Every moment's a brand new start. A little rhythm and a little art. Shake off the doubt, no looking back. We're rising up, we're on the right track. We're getting back on track with Betty Mac, where the canvas glows and the music snaps. Turn it up, let the good vibes stack. Yeah, we're back on track with Betty Mac.